It's that time again where we do our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge with your host FD465.tv. How is everyone doing? Thank you very much for joining us. If you are new, thank you for dropping by. Please don't forget to subscribe to support our channel, and whilst you're at it, do click the like and subscribe button as well so you don't miss out on future videos. This is a place to learn, and you learn at your own pace. So as usual, we are going to review our portfolio where we have invested a total of, it's actually $2,500, even though we call it 2K to 100K. $2,500 across 20 projects, and we are going to see if those projects were picked up are going to do well and take us to our target of 100K come the next bull run, whenever that comes. No one knows yet. The information I'm going to share with you in this video, guys, is not financial advice. You require financial advice, you know what to do. Please approach someone who's trained to give you financial advice. Without further ado, let's jump in. We'll start with Moonbeam. Last week's price for Moonbeam was 43.8 cents. Portfolio value last week was $43.75, and week on week last week we were down 4.5%. Overall, last week we were down 58.7%. This week's price for the Moonbeam token, which is the Glimmer token, is 46.7 cents. Portfolio value this week is $46.67. Week on week we are up 6.6%. Overall, we are down 56%, which makes Moonbeam one of the worst projects within our 2K to 100K portfolio for this week, that is. Next up is Pangolin DEX, and its PNG token. Last week's price was 7.4 cents. Portfolio value last week was $157.34. Week on week we are up 1.1%. Overall, last week we are up 42.8%. This week's price for the PNG token is sitting at 8.7 cents. At one point it actually went up to 11.5 cents because of the Coinbase listing. Now it's come down, which is expected, 8.5 cents. Overall portfolio value for the Pangolin DEX and its PNG token is $183.45. Week on week we are up 17.2%. Yay! Overall we are up 66.5%, and it's easily the best performing asset within our portfolio, our 2K to 100K portfolio. Next up is Fala Network and its PHA token. Last week's price was 9.1 cents. Portfolio value was sitting at $91.09. Week on week we were down 1.9%, and overall we were down 16.5%. This week's price is sitting at 8.8 cents. Portfolio value is sitting at $88.39. Week on week we are down 3.2%. Overall we are down 19%. Next up is Blockchain Monster. Last week's price was 1.2 cents. Portfolio value was sitting at $67.68. Overall we were down week on week 9.8%, and then overall that position was down 35%. This week's price is 1.1 cent for the Blockchain Monster token. Portfolio value is sitting at $63.50. Week on week we are down 7.5%. Overall we are down 39%, and that makes Blockchain Monster Hunt one of the worst projects within our 2K to 100K portfolio for this week. Next up is Polkadex, another project with updates coming up. We believe its mainnet is coming up shortly. It's a matter of weeks from where we are. Price last week for the PDEX token was $1.27. Portfolio value was sitting at $81.55. Week on week last week we were down 7.3%. Last week overall portfolio was down 23.3%. This week's price for the PDEX token at the point at which we are doing this video is sitting at $1.40. Portfolio value this week is $90.40. Week on week we are up 10.2%. Overall we are down 15%. So there is a marked improvement in what PDEX is doing. But then again, that could be due to the fact that they made an announcement about an upcoming mainnet upgrade where they will be launching their order book, Pokedex order book. Okay, next up is Argon and its IAG token. Last week's price was sitting at 0.4 cents. Portfolio value last week was $44.05. Week on week we were down 11.9%. Overall we were down 63.3%. This week's price is 0.4 cents. Portfolio value is sitting at $43.94. Overall we are down 63.4%. So we are down overall. Okay, week on week we are down 9.9%. Overall we are down 63.4%. It's easily one of the worst projects, just above Moonbeam. Next up is the Graph and its GRT token. The price last week was sitting at 9.8 cents. Portfolio value last week was sitting at $99.50. Week on week we were down 1.6%. Overall we're down 0.3%. This week's price is sitting at 9.7 cents. Portfolio value is sitting at $98.42. Week on week we are down 1.5%. Overall we are down 1.4%. Next up is Gala Network and its ACA token. Last week's price was 18.3 cents. Portfolio value last week was sitting at $93.57. Week on week we were down 16.4%. Overall we were down 22.4%. This week's price is sitting at 17.9 cents. portfolio value this week is $91.35. Week on week, we are down 2.2%. Overall, we are down 24.3%, which makes it one of the worst performing projects for our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge for this week. Next up is Efinity and its EFI token. Last week's price was 11.2 cents. Portfolio value was sitting at $106.43. Week on week, we were down 5.5%. Overall portfolio value last week was sitting at 19.2%. This week's price is sitting at 10.6 cents. Portfolio value is sitting at $100.80. Week on week, we are down 5.6%. Overall, the portfolio is down 23.5%, which makes Efinity one of the worst projects within our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge. Next up is Oasis Network and its ROS token. Last week's price was sitting at 6.1 cents. Portfolio value was sitting at $124.75. Week on week, we were down 3.9%. Overall, we were up 3.8%. This week's price is sitting at 5.9 cents. Portfolio value this week is sitting at $120.20. Week on week, we are down 4%. Overall, there is a change of 2 cents. There you go. Holoride is up next with its RIDE token. Last week's price was 13.4 cents. Portfolio value $78.55 last week. Week on week, last week we were down 1.5%. Overall, we were down 22.7%. This week's price is sitting at 14.7 cents. Portfolio value this week is sitting at $86.16. Week on week, we are up 9.3%. Overall, we are down 15.2%. So there is a slight improvement on Holoride's position. Next up is Minswap and its Mint token, a Cardano DEX. Last week's price was 1.7 cents. Portfolio value was sitting at $60.27. Week on week, we were down 9.3%. Overall, we're down 39.6%. This week's price is sitting at 1.6 cents. Portfolio value is sitting at $56.97. Week on week, we are down 7.8%. Overall, we are down 42.9%, which makes Minswap one of the worst performing positions within our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge. Next up is Sundayswap, another Cardano DEX, and its Sunday token. Last week's price was 2.5 cents. Portfolio value last week was sitting at $83.90. Week on week, we were down 9%. Overall, we were down 24.9%. This week's price is sitting at 2.5 cents. Portfolio value is sitting at $85.05. So I think it's a matter of decimal places there. Week on week, we are up 0.9%. Overall, we are still down 23.9%, which makes Sundayswap one of the worst performing projects within our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge as of this week. Next up is another DEX. This time it's an Avalanche DEX in Joe Trader and its Joe token. Last week's price was sitting at 21.7 cents. Portfolio value was sitting at $70.95. Week on week, we were up 0.6%. Overall, we were down a massive 42.7%. This week's price is sitting at 22.5 cents. Portfolio value is sitting at $73.49. Week on week, we are up 3.5%. Overall, we're still down a mega 40.6%, which makes Trader Joe and its Joe token one of the worst performing projects within our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge. Next up is ImmutableX and its IMX token. Last week's price was sitting at 75 cents. Portfolio value was sitting at $75.11. Week on week, we're down 2.6%. Overall, we're down 31.8%. This week, the price is sitting at 73.8 cents. Portfolio value is sitting at $73.82. Week on week, we are down 1.7%. Overall, we are down 33%, making ImmutableX and its IMX token one of the worst performing positions within our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge. Next up is Star Atlas and its Atlas token. That's a metaverse project on the Solana blockchain. Last week's price was half a cent. Portfolio value was sitting at $68.97. Week on week, we were up 0.2%. Portfolio value was down though by 41.4%. This week's price is sitting at, again, half a cent. I think there is a case of decimal points here. Portfolio value is sitting at $70.19. Week on week, we are up 2%. Portfolio value is still down a mega 40.3%, which makes Star Atlas one of the worst performing positions within our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge for this week. Next up is NearProtocol. Last week's price was sitting at $3.56. Portfolio value last week was sitting at $71.27. Week on week, we were down 5.8%. Overall, we were down 31.9%. This week's price is sitting at $3.53. Overall portfolio value is $70.71. Week on week, we are down 0.8%. Overall, the portfolio is down 32.4%, which puts NearProtocol within our worst performing positions within our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge for this week. Next up is World Mobile and its WMT token. Last week's price was 19.5 $0.65. Portfolio value was sitting at $85.65. Week on week, we were down 2%. Overall, we were down 14.4%. This week's price is sitting at 19.3 cents. Overall portfolio value is sitting at $84.88. Week on week, we are down 0.9%. Overall, the World Mobile Token position is down 15.1%. Next up is Kilt protocol and its Kilt token, a privacy preserving protocol on Polkadot. Last week's price was sitting at 57.1 cents. Portfolio value last week was sitting at $79.55. Week on week, we were up 0.7%. Overall, we were down 20.7%. This week's price is sitting at 64.1 cents. Portfolio value is sitting at $89.37. Week on week, we are up a decent 12.3%. And overall, we are down 11%. Okay, that's a marked improvement in Kilt protocol's position there. Finally, Thorchain and its RUNE token. Last week's price was sitting at $1.57. Portfolio value was sitting at $83.17. Week on week, we were down 3.1%. Overall, we were down 27.7%. This week's price is sitting at $1.58. Portfolio value is sitting at $83.60. Week on week, we are up 0.6%. Overall, the portfolio is still down 20.3%, which puts the Thorchain and its RUNE token among the worst performing positions within our 2K to 100K portfolio challenge. There you have it, folks. How do you think things are holding at the moment? Have you mirrored some of the positions we've got in here, or are you picking some of these assets and put them in your own portfolio? Please comment down below and let us know what you think. As far as you're concerned, yes, the portfolio has got some strong weaklings, but we think it's got the right balance. We're in a bear market. We don't expect things to be going crazy. Having said that, no one expects to lose money, but we haven't lost anything yet, because these numbers we are talking about, the overall losses in a bull market, they are just a Thursday or just a Friday, so nothing to worry about, I believe, because when we pick these projects, we pick them on merit. What does everyone think? Comment down below and let us know. I know the project is slightly up on last week by 2.1%. There you have it, guys. Until next time, this is FD for Sage5.tv signing out. Bye for now.